Someone needs to get these assholes. Nuisance streamers are getting out of hand. What is this? Bro almost killed somebody? Fuck?
Go, yalla. Yalla. There's no way this guy's doing it. Oh no. What the fuck? Cody. Oh, good. What the hell is this? Come on. There's no way I did that. Oh, I'm good.
Just arrest him, put him in jail. Pretty simple to me. See, this kind of stuff doesn't make me mad. This is just antisocial retards being antisocial retards. I mean, you've got them on camera. You just find out who they are and arrest them, put them in jail. How many years? For the people that were recording it, 2. For the guy that threw it, 15. Yeah, 50. Maybe 10 if he's a good boy in jail. Maybe 10. Yeah, I think that sounds about right. Really? That's harsh? No, it's not. It's not harsh at all. These are people... So I want you to think about this in the same context as drunk driving. So what this person is doing is they are actively endangering the lives of other people in real time, intentionally. So think about what it... Like, really... What is really the difference between this and drunk driving? Not a whole lot. And so when I think about it from that context, and it's like, it's the effect of it. So yes, 10 to 15 years. And I would even say this is even worse because he's not under the influence of anything. There's nothing clouding his judgment. He's doing this of a sober and clear mind, which in my opinion makes it even worse. So yeah, it's often intentional. Mental facilities are not working. Well, then you've got to put them in a place where they can't make other people, they can't hurt other people because of that. At first offense, I'd say only a year, unfortunately. I wouldn't. I would say 10 to 15. And here's the reason why. Is it, so I always think about this, how is it in the best interest of the public that a person like this is out in the wild doing what they're doing? It's not. It's not in the best interest of the public. It actively endangers people. And so if I look at it from that perspective, the decision on what to do seems obvious. Well, you put this person in jail for an extreme amount of time that prevents anybody else from thinking that behavior that is even tangential to this is acceptable. Yeah, and also another thing too is it's important, like there's a reason why they had crucifixions, right? And like, you know, you had like the witch trials and you'd have public hangings and stuff like this, right? The reason why is it's to set an example to everybody else that this is what happens when you do something wrong. And so, Skurs, thank you very much for 50 gifted subs. I appreciate that. Now, we can't do crucifixions anymore. I know. You know, nothing's perfect, right? But we can do what feels the same, which is a punishment that is so extreme that it acts as a deterrent. Why not? I don't know. Like, there's some rule against it or something like that. And the probability of punishment is very high, and the severity of punishment does not need to be too harsh. Yeah, you're out of your mind. How does this help the individual? The prisons don't reform the person. He will come out worse. Well, I don't care about this individual. This person has forfeited their... honestly, I don't care what happens to them. My goal is not thinking about this person. This person has, in my opinion, renounced their right to be treated as an ordinary citizen by actively endangering the lives of other people. So I don't treat them like a person anymore. I treat them like a problem. And so when I think about it from that perspective, I think about how to keep the other people safe and how to remove the problem. And so that's how I see it. Because I think everybody else in this mall has the right to safety. They have the right to not have to worry about being instantly killed or having their family member instantly killed. And so when you think about making it better for this person doesn't matter to me. And in fact, they do, in the extent that I can punish them and do something to them that will be so brutal that will make other people not behave in their same way. Because that's really what the goal is. The goal is to do what's best for the people that are following the law and the people that are doing the right thing. You see what I'm saying? And what's your alternative to crucifixion? I don't know. I mean, like, there's a lot of things you could do. I mean, like, I'm not really, like, so they don't deserve a place in polite society. No, they don't. Our prison system has never worked for the most part. Well, the fact is that our prison system is bad. I think that's a separate problem. But even if we had a great prison system, the solution to this behavior would still be the same. The weak mentality of, oh, but the criminal's feelings is what's wrong with the West these days? It is. Because him being worse than the other people are in greater danger when he comes out, what I would do is a boot camp style rehab program while he's in prison. Well, if 15 years doesn't set him straight and he comes out and he causes another problem, then he'll go to jail for 15 more years, and by that time he'll probably be dead. So, and also, like, a lot of countries solve these problems really simple, and they just shoot you for it, right? Like, I consider myself a very merciful, generous, and kind person. And so I'm not even advocating for that. Yeah, so I'm at the ethics, empathy of it. Yeah, yeah, no, that's... And again, I do have the... I have a lot of empathy. I have a lot of ethics for this. But the ethics lie with the people that are at the bottom here, but not at the top. The logic is that the prisoner can be reformed and become valuable to society. The risk of that and the indulgence of that wishful thinking hurts people. And I think in some circumstances, especially with non-violent crimes, that can be true. But whenever you're talking about violent criminals and people that do things that actively damage and hurt other people, you need to stop thinking about what feels good for you to say and what feels nice, and you need to think about what's best for the most people. And I think that, again, this is an example of the road to hell being paved with good intentions. You can have every good intention in the world, but if you release a person and you allow a person like this that's violent into society, they can hurt other people and make things worse. The risks outweigh the benefits, exactly, yes. And I don't even have, so utilitarianism? Absolutely. Absolutely. And it would be infinitely more effective and beneficial than whatever inversion of morality that weirdos in America have invented. And also, if you're worried about spending money, you can always force them into labor. You can find other ways to make money with them while they're in jail. All of these things I totally support. I think this is a great idea. Sirius, thanks for 52 subs. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Yeah, and yeah, I'm a huge fan of that. And send them to the mines. Yeah, exactly. Because, I mean, these are, again, like, I mean, we're not talking about people that are, you know, like, kind of just random idiots, right? You're back? Well, not necessarily slavery. For what, though? Well, like, I don't know, like, you could have them mining. You could have them, like, making little bits of bullshit. Like, there's plenty of things that you can make people do. Yeah, and so they'll think twice. Exactly. Don't you think they deserve a second chance? No. No. Too risky. I've got no problem with second chances. And also, they do. In 15 years, they have a second chance. The fact is, why not? Because the risk to good people is too high. The risk to people that are, like, law-abiding citizens is too high. And I find it to be an indulgence in a false morality. Imagine if you didn't get a second chance on Twitch. So the thing is that I think second chances, I believe in second chances, but the problem is that when second chances are at the cost of other people's lives and material damage. So, for example, I think it's no problem to give somebody a second chance for maybe stealing something out of a store, because there's nothing that's really bad. Like, you steal, like, an Xbox out of a store, like, who cares? But whenever you're talking about doing things that actively put people's lives directly in danger, that's a very big difference to me than, like, you know, some form of, like, civil crime. That is a huge difference, right? Because, again, and I think that also, like, a lot of people don't understand this, and this is a very big problem that I think people have with, like, ethics and leadership, is that the responsibility that you have as a leader is not to the people that are detrimental, but the people that have elected you to act in their best interest. And ultimately, I view it as a betrayal of the trust of the people that have elected you in order for you to allow and indulge in your own morality and ethics and use this as a, you know, like some form of like ethical, you know, like kind of testing ground to see if your viewpoint is true. I don't agree with that. And so that's it. You're taking the truth? Yes. And that's it. Things are replaceable. People are not. Yes, exactly. Dude's really comparing you saying words to people committing crimes against their fellow man. Yeah. The teens were charged. There's a link to the Reddit comments. Oh, they were? Let me take a look at it and see. And were they charged or not? Let me go back and double check. And let's see here. Is there a link? Something similar happened in Italy. I didn't order this though. It looks like there's not really a lot of information about this. I just looked it up. And father of four that died because a group of teenagers threw rocks off a bridge and they got life imprisonment. The teens were involved. They got charged back in early April. Okay, there we go. Yep, teens charged. Perfect. The pair, who cannot be named because of their ages, will appear in youth court on the 6th of May. Yep, there we go. Perfect. All right. There we go. I wanted all these these good defenders whose behavior would feel the same way if they couldn't walk again because they received that chair in their face. Well, of course not. And again, people like this are always generous with other people's well-being. They're always generous with other people's money. They're always generous with other people's stuff, but never with their own. And that's the difference. And it's sad for me to see, but that's the viewpoint that I have on it. And I also, by the way, this is a very important part of, like, you know, my philosophy on this, is that I view any empathy or sympathy for these people as a complete betrayal of the people that you're responsible for. And I view it as a complete moral and ethical betrayal of them. And so, like, that's very important to understand inside of the context of, like, what my thinking is.